Hey everyone, Keeper here. And Theros released 2 days ago, so it's time to start looking at some new decks, including some new Theros cards. As we all know, some of the best cards to come out of Theros are Thought Erasure and Teferi Time Raveler. So I've created this. Okay, let's be real. That was a crappy joke. We all know. Let's move on. I shouldn't have said it, but here we are, and we've moved past it. So what I have here today is a Hero of Precinct One deck. It's updated. It's got some new cards that I've managed to open. Managed to open a few packs, quite a few packs. To be honest, more than I thought I would, but I did, and I've managed to open 3 of the goodest boys. Kunoros, well, not as good as my dogs, but pretty close. Pretty close. I've taken this new card for a spin, and it seems to do pretty good against aggro decks, so that's a good start. I got 2 Ashioks and a Dream Trawler in the deck. It plays out like a regular Hero of Precinct 1 deck. It's got some good removal, some good interaction, all of which manages to trigger Hero of Precinct 1, creating an absurd amount of tokens. Thief of Sanity might be good right now. I can't really, there are plenty of good answers for Thief of Sanity, but right now I still want to see if it can perform at this level. Elite Guardmage, just because it triggers the hero and draws a card, gain 3 life, is still pretty good against aggro decks. And Dream Trawler, I've heard and am of the opinion that Dream Trawler is going to be a very important player in this standard. See if that pans out. It does have a bit of a prohibitive casting cost. Oftentimes I've found myself lacking the white mana for some reason, even though my white mana is same amount as all my other mana, but to cast Dream Trawler, so hopefully that won't happen. And it's got the lifelink, it's got flying, and it can potentially evade removal by discarding a card and giving it hexproof. So it looks like it's going to be a good card in standard, and I'm wanting to give it a try as soon as possible, even though I've only got the 1. I haven't crafted anything yet. Just because I usually wait a little bit before I start wasting my wild cards. I let the meta settle a little bit as best I can before I start doing that, so because I don't have a lot of wild cards of the mythic and rare variety to just throw out there and craft as much as I want. So I have to kind of play with what I've got, and right now what I've got are these good cards to throw into a Hero of Precinct 1 deck. I am going to be playing best of 1, but I did create a sideboard, just cards that I thought might play well as well in this deck. Ethereal Absolution is obviously good with all the Hero of Precinct 1 tokens. Time Wipe against decks that just outmuster us. Ashiok Dream Render, just because I like having Ashiok in the sideboard against graveyard decks. Kaya, Tyrant, another Tyrant Scorn. Despark is good against cards like Nis, Fires of Invention, anything that Fires of Invention generally plays, and 2 more Mortify. So overall, it's not a solid sideboard, but I think it's a good start to head in the right direction. But I'm not going to be making too much use of it today because I am a bit pressed on time. So I am going to be playing some best of 1 instead of best of 3, just to get some better variety of gameplay, hopefully, as opposed to just doing maybe 1 match with 3 games. So we'll do that instead. All right, let's see what we got first, if it loads. Oh, there we go. These load screens are getting worse and worse. Okay, so 3 land, no action, bunch of removal. I got the Temple of Silence I can scry to something, so, and I'm out on the play. I'm going to keep this. Oh, Thief of Sanity is pretty good here. Alright. My opponent is feeling the drown in the Loch for us. It's good. Much obliged. I am going to play this untapped for the Tyrant Scorn. No, I can't Tyrant Scorn that, so... Oh well. Doing more damage to myself than my opponent is. And now they play Questing Beast, and I take a bunch of damage. Oh, no. Edgewall Innkeeper. Alright, that's pretty good. They can stop my Thief of Sanity here. No, guess not. Alright, that's reasonable. So, first thing, I'm going to hit him with the Thief of Sanity, see what I can get off that. Why build a good deck when you can just rely on your opponent doing so? This works so much better. I will play the Pelt Collector here. And I'll leave up the rest. Deal with that Lovestruck Beast. Maybe they'll commit some more to the board to try and... Okay. Cool. I will... Actually, I'll block like this first, because I am going to block. If they have Amber Cleave here, yeah, that's what I thought. I let that resolve. Let them pick. Okay. Well, in that case, destroy that. Take 5. That's a considerable amount, but it's not the end of the world. Let's see what we can hit here. Edgewall Innkeeper doesn't really do anything for me. So, how much does Ambercleave cost to equip? 3? Sure. I will pass the turn. They have to equip before combat. So in response, I will kill their Lovestruck Beast. I guess I could have played the Edgewall Innkeeper, but... in all honesty, I forgot. So, what's this? He's got 6. Yeah, I'm going to drown in the Loch that. Counter... and chump block the Lovestruck Beast here. Just to try to keep my life total a little bit up. I will have to deal with that Lovestruck Beast now. Actually, let's do this first. See what we hit off my opponent's library. I will take this, I think, here. I will play Edgewall Innkeeper into Bone Crusher Giants. I get to draw a card. Ain't that cool? I do have to chump block whatever they put the Amber Cleave on, because I will take a lot of damage otherwise. Oh, you have to equip before combat, no? I'm pretty sure you do. It's only got, yeah. It's only got flash when you cast it. Okay. a lucky start there, I have to admit. Didn't really showcase any of the new Theros cards, but I did draw one. Ashiok, that was good. Alright. Elspeth avatar, that's pretty cool. And this looks like a very keepable hand. Turn 2 Thought Erasure, turn 3 Teferi, turn 4 Elite Guardmage. We're just playing all the Theros cards. Oh. Okay. Let's, yeah. Mono white life gain, I'm guessing. So let's just deal with that now. I will... Yeah, I'm gonna boot this, raise the alarm. Thief of Sanity might be useful here. I am gonna take the 1. I do have some options here. I could play this Thief of Sanity, but they can, if they draw a land. They didn't have a land, or they could have a land. I think, yeah, I'm just gonna play this Thief of Sanity, run the risk that I might take a bunch of damage here. If they draw a land for the banner, then I can't block with the Thief of Sanity, but otherwise, oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty rough. I will still swing in with this, see what I can get off of that. Unbreakable Formation. So, options. I will play the Haunted Witness. I'm not going to play Teferi this turn. I'm going to leave up Tyrant's Scorn. I will bounce or destroy the Loyal Pegasus, not bounce. Either the Loyal Pegasus or the Healer's Hawk, choke block the Venerated Alexodon, and yeah. I need to find an answer for that Loxodon, but my opponent might be debating on whether or not to attack, I guess. Even with a haircut, my hair is still pretty long. What is this mess? Or, not long, but just messy. Oh wow, that owl makes some funky noises. Okay, well, destroy. Take 2. They're protecting against getting hit by another Thief of Sanity, which I can respect. But it turns out that they might actually just be getting hit by another Thief of Sanity here. So I am going to pay 2. This isn't instant speed, no, it's a sorcery. I'm going to leave up Despark for that Venerated Loxodon. Another Tyrant Scorn is nice. Swing in with the Thief of Sanity here to see what they got. Can't actually play the lands. Can't attack or block. But I am going to leave up Despark for that Loxodon though. Hopefully they'll try... Oh, guess not. In that case, Despark. They are clearly going to kill Teferi here, or at least they should. Unless they're that afraid of Thief of Sanity. Oh, they really are that afraid of Thief of Sanity. Okay. I can respect that. Start with this. Follow up with that. Tyrant, Scorn, the Healer's Hawk. Swing with the Thief for the value. Unbreakable Formation. Haunted Witness. Oh boy. Okay, here we go. Now we're getting real. So they still can't tap with the Giant Killer. They will kill my Thief of Sanity if I swing with that. So let's Elite Guardmage first. Okay, that actually works. Destroy. Because I want to keep hitting with Thief of Sanity. It's just good value. Venerated Loxodon, nice. Alright, so they have no flyers. So I will tap this. This, and this. I think that Thief of Sanity, if left unchecked, is always a powerhouse. It kind of does surprise me because there are a lot of good answers to Thief of Sanity in the meta. Stomp is a good answer. Shock is obviously a good answer. I will drown in the Loch. Oh, well, they can't do anything about that right now, so. Giant Killer looks good. My thing is, if I chop down, they get the other side of it, right? Huh. Well, let's play Haunted Witness. Let's play just the creature side of Giant Killer and say go. Mostly because I'm not entirely sure how that interaction goes, so I'd rather just save it. I will counter that. No particular reason. They're just getting really big creatures there. And that's another game. Do one more. Do one more. It looks like I can't be entirely sure, especially since I haven't actually played any Theros cards yet. But it looks like Hero of Precinct One might be okay. Obviously, it's the small sample size, and I'm kind of biased because I do enjoy Hero of Precinct One just regularly, and I'm probably going to lose this matchup, but that's alright. Let's see what we got here. We'll play this. They'll have a counterspell up next turn anyway, and that's probably like the quickest way to... no, I can't go for the Thief of Sanity anyway, so... Oh. Alright, well... Did not expect that to resolve, so I'm not entirely sure what we're facing here. Nissa, okay. Yeah. Sounds about right. So, what are we going to... They will manage to kill it to Teferi. This is a rough position. They kill it to Teferi. I untap. I can play another Teferi. Or I can play an Elite Guardmage. Still doesn't do well against these creatures. Oh. Agent of Treachery. Yeah, that's rough. That's very rough indeed. Turns out that Theros' best card really was Nissa and or Agent of Treachery. No blocks because I need this hero. How are we going to work around this? How are we going to... Yeah, I don't think we are. I don't think we got anything for this. Even dealing with the Agent of Treachery, the problem's already been done. I've already lost it to Teferi. This is on the board. I'm not able to deal with that with these 3/3 elementals. They're obviously going to kill my other Teferi, so there's that. Not even going to bother blocking because it won't save the Teferi. What is my best bet here?
Let's try this.
Oh, nice. Alright, oh yeah, I can respect that then. I can definitely respect that. Really no point. Everything's gonna get tapped down. Gonna bash in with a lot. And that is just game. Yep. Yep. It doesn't do anything. Yeah, can't beat Kiora. That's a good looking deck. That is a good looking deck. Ramping out into Kiora Best the Sea God is very strong. I mean, Nissa in general and Agent of Treachery are both very strong, but doing it that way really piles it on. I will do one more game. That was a quick loss, so I will play a one more. Oh, this is awful. And I'm not talking about the coffee. I'm talking about this hand. Huh. What is this? If I hit blue, I guess it's something, but... Nah. I have a lot of blue sources in the deck. Churn 3 Teferi is still Churn 3 Teferi, so... Let's pray. Oh, no, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. Orzhov Knights means Rakdos Knights. I'm guessing, which means I have made a mistake in keeping this hand. Especially if I don't draw any land next turn. I need any land to be back into this game. Any untapped land, I should say. I do run a few temples, so there's that. And Fabled Passages. But any untapped land, and I should be able to get back into this game. Otherwise, yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, that will do it. That was a relatively, it wasn't that great. I have plenty of blue sources in the deck. And it could have been worth it if I had drawn any blue source. The hand itself is actually pretty good. It's really just not drawing mana. Yeah, that's game. They have lethal on board. We will do it again. Because why not? Why not? Let's finish the daily. Let's get the 750 gold and be happy. 5 more cards. Or 3 or 2.5 Desparks. It's good. It's good. It's all we need. Let's see here. It has Hero on turn 2. Tyrant, Scorn. Draw land. Again. Gin and tonic. Nice. Nice name. I will keep. I will gamble this one away. That's a funny little owl. Okay, we hit land, so let's do Godless Shrine first. Minimize on the damage we take here in order to cast this hero. Okay. Oh, what is my opponent up to then? Well, let's take a look. Because 3 mana and you haven't done anything, that's starting to scare me. Oh. Oh boy. 4 mana. What is this? 5 mana, 4 mana. Uh-huh. Yeah, I guess you can play the Torben. Do I want this land? Yeah. And I will play this tapped. And swing for 2 because, yep. So now, ooh, that's a neat new animation. Enters tapped. If they drew a land, this is a problem. Or if they draw a land, this is a problem. But right now they don't have a land, so let's keep pushing, see what we can do. They drew a land. Alright, well, that doesn't really do anything right now. Other creatures control have haste. From your hand on the battlefield. Okay. So let's Teferi it up. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Tempo, tempo, tempo. Go, go, go. And probably lose in a turn or 2 anyway. Alright, Cavalier of Flame, sure. Let's see how much they discard. Another Cavalier. Ooh. Ooh. That's nice. I enjoyed that. I will return. Once again, tempo, tempo, tempo. Tempo, not temple. I didn't call you. I think I have lethal here. Let's do a bunch of damage. Yep. And Oath of Kaya. And another win for Hero of Precinct One. The secret was taking that Ironcrag feat and avoiding having a really big threat on turn 4 as opposed to having just Torben. Because Torben, I mean, still good, but not as good as maybe having the Cavalier hit turn 4 instead. Obviously, I could have still just attained it, but I think the Ironcrag, I don't know. I guess now that I think about it, it's all up in the air. Any one of those options could have worked. But it did perform pretty well. It's not the worst deck I've played recently. Shout out to Grilled Goblins, because that one got destroyed. But it didn't really highlight any of the new Theros cards. Yesterday I did manage to play with some of them. I was a bit too sleepy to record, so I just played some casual games with it. But the bestest of boys here is a bit of a powerhouse. The lifelink does really make a difference. The vigilance certainly makes a difference. It completely wrecked the mono red deck yesterday. Having lifelink on the attack and the defense really sets them back. Overall, like, obviously Thief of Sanity is still a powerhouse. But like I said before, there's so many ways to deal with it in the meta that I'm not entirely sure how viable it is. You can't really it can't really be considered maybe a viable win condition. But if left unchecked, as prior to Theros, obviously, if left unchecked, it still just wrecks house with its ability to play your opponent's deck. So, like, essentially, why build a good deck when you can just play your opponent's? Is one way to look at it, I suppose. It does do some silly stuff with Hero of Precinct 1. It is. I have cut the Bolas' Citadel to make room for this. Compared to my prior list that I've been playing before Theros, before release Theros, I can show right now the one Deputy of Detention is cut. Yeah, I managed to put these two in before I had the rest of the cards. I did cut the Bolas' Citadel. I still have the Lochmere Serpent. I didn't put any of these utility lands. I could maybe substitute one of the islands in that other deck for a Castle Vantris, but I think it's pretty good as is right now. And just overall, Drown in the Loch is still just a one of in that other list. Cut down Tyrant Scorns to make room for some other cards. Yeah, Thief of Sanity is still the 3. But the lack of Bolas' Citadel does have an impact. It's really good with the Hero of Precinct 1 and all that. And just being able to, like, just swarm the board with cards in the late game if you still have enough life is usually enough to win the game. But I had to make room for the Dream Trawler, and I couldn't keep all these high-end cards. Lochmere Serpent does work too in this deck, believe it or not. The ability to flash it in is something that most opponents aren't counting on from an Esper deck. They must have forgotten that this card exists, so it does catch people by surprise. But overall, I am liking this new set. I still don't have as many of the cards as obviously I would like for deck building purposes, but we'll get there. And I think maybe the next deck I'm going to try and put together is take another look at Starfield Mystic Enchantments deck. I had one I played and made a video about a few weeks ago. Mardu Enchantments, but it's built on a completely different principle. It's all that glitters. But I think that the Starfield Mystic with all these enchantment creatures and all these other new enchantments and maybe some constellation synergies, we could make something interesting with the help of this card. I'll have to take a look at that. But overall, yeah. Theros seems to be fun. Seems to be refreshing. Definitely powerful. Some of those, the Uro or whatever, Titan of Nature's Wrath or whatever it's called, the blue-green Titan, looks really fun. I need to get my hands on some of those. Thassa with its blink ability, that's going to be really interesting to build around that. Yeah, in general, I'm really liking Theros so far, so hopefully we can find some good decks, and hopefully Standard shakes out to have some fun decks to play, and I can play a bunch of them here. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. If you enjoyed, hit like. I won't bother you too much with that sort of stuff today. Subscribe really helps. All those things really help me, and which means a lot and helps the channel. So if you could take the time to do that, much appreciated. And I'll see you all next video.